Today I'm doing my first tutorial on makeup for Instagram TV. It's crazy. I've been thinking about doing this for a really long time and I just haven't done it yet, but today I am, so I'm really excited. I'm going to start with my 5-minute face. This is what I always do when I'm rushing out the door. Usually not when I see clients. It's usually on my off days when I'm going to the grocery store, running around with my child, like all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to probably take a little bit longer than 5 minutes because I'm going to be explaining this. And sometimes I do take longer with this on a daily basis. If I have an extra 5 minutes, I'll take 10 minutes. But I can do this in 5 minutes or less very easily. So today I'm going to be using Mascara, their 3D foundation. So I'm going to use these two for my highlight colors and then this one for my contour. You'll understand what I mean by that as we get into the process. This one's White Peach, this one's Aura, and then the contour is Walnut. You can grab any of these off of the Maskcara website. If you just click on the link in my bio, you can grab those. They're awesome. Okay, so I'm also going to use the 30-second hack brush from Maskcara. I absolutely love this brush. I actually use it even when I'm not using their foundation, because I don't always, but I absolutely love it for like concealer or any kind of cream products. So you're just going to put this underneath eyes to start with. And you can use as little or as much as you want. I'm going to go over eyelids too. Under eye is going to be White Peach, and then I use Aura everywhere else. Aura is a little bit darker, and it helps cover things a little bit better. Okay, I feel like that is good. I like to blend it down on my neck a little bit too, because I'm going to be using the contour as well, but I just like to give a little bit more coverage, mainly just for shininess and that kind of thing, but just to even everything out. Helps the contour going on a little bit better too. So now I'm going to dip my brush in the contour. I'm going to start out my cheekbones and then I'm going to work up my forehead. And it looks a little dark to begin with, but we'll blend it. But you can already see that it's changing my features. Just bringing them out. Slimming my face, which is great, right? Who doesn't want that? Okay, and then I'm going to do underneath my chin too. And blend it down a little bit because you don't want it to be a super dark line. Okay, and I'm done with that. I'm going to do my blush. Let me grab my other. So this is their blush and powder brush. The blushes that I'm using are going to be, let me look at my list. I had to write them down because I can't remember their names. I'm horrible with that. So this one's Frenchie and this is Desert Sunset. I love the peachy tones. I just feel like they look better on me. They have a lot of different colors though. These are two of my favorites. So I'm going to use the Frenchie first. Just a little bit of color. Okay, and then I'm going to use the Desert Sunset. I'm going to go back over with my highlight and just kind of blend it out a little bit because I don't want it to be too bright. Perfect. Okay, and then I'm going to set with a little bit of powder. You don't have to set with powder. I love powder. If you know me, you know that one of my favorite things to say is that I'm a powder freak. I guess living in Texas and having combination skin makes me that way, but I love powder. So we're just gonna go over. And like I said, you can do as little or as much of this as you want. All right, then I'm going to use my favorite Prim eyeshadow. It's gonna be this guy right here, and it's called Pink Water. It's just a really light pink. It's kind of taupey. I love it because I feel like sometimes when I put taupe eyeshadow on, it doesn't do me any favors when I'm only using it alone. But I feel like that when I use the Pink Water with just a little tiny bit of pink, it just warms up my face. So I'm literally just gonna go in my crease. And the reason why I'm doing this is I have smaller eyes, hooded eyelids, and if I don't do something in my crease, my eyes just don't show up. And you'll have to excuse my sniffles today. My allergies have been killing me this week. So just a little bit. Like I said, 5-minute face, so we're not spending much time. Now I'm gonna move on to mascara. I wanted to give you guys a tip that I do in the winter months. I put my mascara tubes in hot water and let them sit while I'm doing everything else. The reason why I do that is because when mascara is cold, it's not as creamy. So when you put it on, it can clump and just be a nightmare. So in the hotter months, like in the summer, I don't do this because my house is hotter and I don't have to worry about it. But in the colder months, I always put it in a little bit of hot water, just tap water in the glass. So I'm gonna have to dry them off because they're wet. I have really short, there we go, eyelashes. So I'm gonna curl a lot. So I start at the root and I just kind of pump. You can see I'm moving, and I'm moving out as I do that to the tips. And I do that, I've never counted, so let's count. So that's one time on each eye. This is the second round. I'm doing the same thing each time. And the reason why I'm pumping it instead of just holding it is because when you hold it, you get a crimp, so it's like this. And when you pump, you get a curl, which is a nice little swoop. So what are we on, 2? Yes. Let's do a third. Okay, and then I always get these little, no matter how much I clean my mascara curler, I don't know, or my eyelash curler, I don't know why I always get those little dots. Okay, got rid of that. And then I'm currently using 2 different mascaras right now. They're both Voluminous by L'Oreal. I have always used L'Oreal mascaras. But Lash Paradise and then the Butterfly, they're great. I'm going to use the Lash Paradise first. It has more volume. And usually 5-minute face, I do use both mascaras, but sometimes I'll just do the Lash Paradise, which I actually think is what I'm going to do today. Usually I will use 2 different mascaras and I'll go like over 15 times. I'm exaggerating, but I love mascara and I do it a lot. Got a little right there. Okay. One more coat with a new dip. All right. And then brows. I'm using Prim's brow ink in dark taupe. And I'm just gonna comb it over my brow hairs. I normally fill in with a pencil as well. Again, with the 5-minute face, I don't really have time to do that, so I don't. But this just gives my brows a little bit more color. It actually looks really natural, so it doesn't make them look like that I filled them in. It just makes them look like they're like naturally perfect, which is awesome. Yeah, and also I don't have microblading, which is funny. All my clients are like, do you have microblading done? I'm like, no, I don't have it done. I'm just super low maintenance in the beauty realm, and I just have never had it done. But anyway, yeah, that is my 5-minute face. I'm right at 10 minutes. So good.